Has she gone or is she here? Kathleen Kennedy's employment status is queer. It's really ready to go.
Okay, stuttering! Okay, stuttering! Okay, stuttering!
Take me by the hand, take me by the hand,
okay, stuttering!
Take me by the hand, take me by the hand,
okay, stuttering!
He, him, they, them. He, him, they, them. Some people just call me Fluffy. Me by the hand. Ocean man, take me by the hand. Ocean man. What the fuck is he wearing? It's not Halloween. Ocean man, take me by the hand. Ocean man.
Okay, stuttering!
Ocean man, take me by the hand. Ocean man. Oh my god, have I been mad? Ocean man, take me by the hand. Ocean man. Oh my god, like that. Ocean man, take me by the hand. Ocean man. Hey darling, you can smile more. Ocean man, take me by the hand. Ocean man. That's what we fucking do. It's fuck off! Dude, me by the hand. Ooh, Mr. Ocean Man. Dude, me by the hand. Ooh, Mr. Ocean Man. Yeah, she is all gangrenous. That's cute, you massive fucking soy cock. He, him, they, them. Superficial bollocks. He, him, they, them. Spider monkey fucker. Some people just call me Fluffy. Holy shit. Yard, 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 yard. It's Captain Gay. Yes, of course it's Captain Gay. Yard, 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 yard. It's really ready to go. Here's some Hollywood horse bitch. Ocean man, take me by the hand. Ocean man. Kitty fuck. Ocean man, take me by the hand. Ocean man.
Okay, stuttering!
Ocean man, take me by the hand. Ocean man. I'm gonna make quad your main balls. Ocean man, take me by the hand. Ocean man. Oh my god, like that. Ocean man, take me by the hand. Ocean man. Beat him into submission. Ocean man, take me by the hand. Ocean man. Ocean man, take me by the hand. Ocean man. Yada 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 yada. Ocean man, take me by the hand. Ocean man. You got me. Ocean man, take me by the hand. Ocean man. So fucking crazy. Ocean man, take me by the hand. Ocean man. Fuck off. Fire, fire, big pants flyer. One of them. So that went well. Let's move on. Choose player. It's oh look, what a coincidence! God damn, I hate this thing. I can't say the word tampon. There is nothing I love more. Taking my headphones off, fuck that. Bethesda, there is nothing I love more than to fire up a brand new RPG, lose myself.
Sorry, did you want to get immersed in our world? Yeah, well, guess what?
Fucking pronouns! I love nothing more than to be dragged out at every fucking conceivable opportunity so you can fucking current day us. Current fucking day! Fuck off! We can't see past our own fucking reflection. That's the level of our narcissism here at Bethesda. Twat waffle! That's all you fucking are! Twat waffle! Fuck off! Fucking gender ambiguity! Fucking current day Californian shit! Cause that's all we fucking know! Cause we're boring! We're so fucking boring! You're boring! No, you are dog shit, fucking crap. Ideology into everything, every single solitary fucking thing. Afternoon, everybody. Good morning, good afternoon, good to afternoon tea with us. Having a little bit of a switch up in the old background. So the G.I. Joes, literally the G.I. Joes, because the Action Force is still above, but the G.I. Joes have moved across to that shelving, and the Transformers have moved across to this shelving, where they go all the way across. In actual fact, I need a little bit more room. I need a little bit more. I'm hurting today with you, Az. Why are you hurting? Oh, should we just address this immediately? Should we just get this over and done with? Okay. Yesterday, Crystal Palace, the holders of the Football Association Cup, were knocked out in the third round, which is the first round that the Premier League teams come into, by a team that was 6 divisions below them, 117 odd places in the league below them. The biggest shock in the history of the FA Cup. And I'm not mad. I'm not mad, right? Am I disappointed we lost? Course I am. Course I am. But do you know what the cope is? I'll tell you what the cope is. This is the cope that's got me through. A year ago today, right? A year ago, I'm blessed by the presence of an angel. And the angel says to me, they say, Az, I have a proposition for you, which you may choose to accept or turn down. And I say, okay. And they say, here's the proposition. This year, 2025, not 2026, this year, Crystal Palace will win for the first time in their history the FA Cup, beating Manchester City in the final 1-0, saving a penalty in the process. Okay, but here's the catch. The following year, in 2026, you will be knocked out in the third round as the holders of the FA Cup by a team 6 divisions below you, and it will become the biggest upset in the history of the FA Cup. Or we just leave it and see what happens. What do? I say, do it. Do it. Do it. Because now we have won the FA Cup. We've still won the FA Cup. First time we've won the FA Cup. So you can't take that away. You can't take that away from me. You can't do it. So I reckon to all the Brits out there and whatevers, all the Premier League football supporters around there, if it was your team, most likely most of you would take that deal. You would take that deal. So yeah, it was I can't say that I was thrilled yesterday, but I've woken up today with a sense of serenity. a sense of calm. Because you know me, chat. I am the personification of calmness and stillness. All right? And that is what I'm going to keep telling myself for the next fucking year. And so, yes, it's all gravy, baby. It's all gravy, baby. So what do you reckon? Do you like the Transformers being behind? Do you like the Transformers being behind? Do you like a little bit of Transformers there? I've actually moved. Hey, look. Let me just, God's sake, it's on the wrong side. See, if I was to shift this across, I've even moved Rodimus Prime across. Well, it's actually Hot Rod because he's holding both guns. It's actually Hot Rod. And then we've got some MDLXs there as well. Yeah, I mean. And then it goes all the way to the other side to the door. Man, there's a cup there and there's a cup there. Yeah, they're actually two different versions of cup. That one is without the sticker. That one is with the sticker and has been graded. So we got some lovely Transformers there. So if anyone says that I don't represent, if I don't do any trans representation, they're wrong because it clearly says trans. All right. I've got more trans items in my background than a mentally ill leftist's profile on social media. Just saying. Just saying. Hey, Jordan, how you doing, sweetie pie? Transformers 1 was not a good film. It was not a good film. Oh, and by the way, 2026 is the 40th anniversary of Transformers the movie. Releasing, I think it's August in the United States, and then it released in December in the UK. So its official birthday will be in August. But it'll be it's the 40th anniversary of Transformers the movie. 40 years. It's got a great soundtrack. And that remix or remake, I should really say, that remake of the Transformers tune is just, oh, fucking come on. Here, hold on. I mean, Transformers the movie. Theme. Right? Right. Like, listen. I mean, listen here. I mean, I'm going to get hit. I'm going to get hit. I've probably already been hit. Oh, no, I'm not sharing it with you. I'm not sharing it with you. I'm just some fucking weirdo wibbling my head around on the screen. What a plonker. Here we go. Let's go again. Probably already been hit. Should we go for It's so good. I could just listen to that over and over and over and over and over. It is absolute 100% 8. I will have words with Mr. Vask because it is the 40th anniversary. So I think Mr. Vask, as a 40th anniversary homage, should do that version of the theme tune. Because I'm going to speak to him. But there again, he's still, where's his Man Buns a Gay song, huh? Where's that? Where's that? He seems to have plenty of time to fuck around on other stuff, you know? But where is his Man Buns a Gay song? Nowhere. What's going on here? Yeah. There's something going on here. Where is it? Hold on. Let me just scroll past the 15 gazillion posts about Minneapolis. I'm going to have an opinion about Minneapolis. Are you? Okay. Okay, good. I don't care. Right. So this is Colhauser, friend of the channel, Colhauser, who's setting up a toy fair today. Let's have a. Do I need to put the headphones on? I mean, I'm going to put the headphones on just in case. I was 11 in 1986 as well, man. Double figures. Let's see what's going on in this toy fair, eh? I'm going to see if I can... Oh, quick pause. He's having a look for some vintage G1 Transformers, is your boy here. Trying to scour some out. Don't you give me that fucking smirk. I'll find where you live, mate. Let's have a look. Oh, quick, nice pause. Oh, dear. Got some Black Series Star Wars there. Oh, dear. Anything else? Not that I can see. Let's have a look. Come on, Colhauser. You got it. You can't. Let's have a look. Still don't look like G1s. Let's carry on. Now, what's down here? What's down here, Collie? Oh man, toy fairs, dude. I mean, oh man, I'm gonna start living in these places soon. Oh. Oh no, I thought there was some Batman the Animated Series for a second then. Not too sure. Nah. There's the commemorative series Transformers up there. That's a commemorative series Thunderclapper by the looks of it. What else? Here we go. Oh, we got a... Okay, so is that an OG G1 Grimlock? Or is that a reissue Grimlock there? We've got that's a reissue Hot Rod, because that's a Rodimus Major. I can tell that. So that's a reissue there. Then we've got a reissue of Inferno, which I've got a G1 Inferno behind me, sunshine. So we've got a reissue of Inferno. I think that's Grapple. Got Hoist. And then it looks like is that Ironhide? It's very difficult to tell with this. But this is but here again, I'm not too sure what those are, whether they are potentially the Headmaster reissues. Where's this? I think this is most likely Toronto. I'm speculating at Toronto. And then you do notice that the Grimlock is actually positioned away from the commemorative series. There's the commemorative Starscream. Okay. Thanks, Collie. That's oof, Canada, eh? Yeah. It is what it is. That's the cope. What else? Come on, dude. Let's have a look. Let's have a look at some stuff. Let's have a look. What we got here, dude? What we got here? Wait, whoa. Is there a little Megatron picture down here? Boom. Boom. Oh, he spots it. Look at that Megatron down there. Oh, I think that looked great on my wall. Some of the McFarlane, the Batman stuff. Got the Riddler here. Lego heads at the top. But that Megatron picture. Ooh, how much is that, Colhauser? How much is that? The Grimlock. The reissue, not G1. Yeah. You're looking shifty, mate. I've got my fucking eye on you, mate. Yeah, you better walk. You better walk. Go Chargers. Yeah, get out of it. Pats are going to do you over today, mate. Pats are going to do you over. Going to fucking do you one. Later tonight. It kicks off at like 1 a.m. for me. Whoa, 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 whoa. What was going on here? What was going on here? Oh, nothing. What else have we got going on here, Collie? Plushies and shit. Nah. Nah, mate. Nah, mate. Some posters there. Yeah. Some Lego Star Wars. Fucking Star Wars. If I ever had a hankering, an inkling, that's the word, of collecting any Star Wars, it would just be the vintage. It would just be the vintage stuff, you know. Not that I do. Oh, that's it. That's it. That's it. Oh, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Should we just keep it full screen? Should we just keep it full screen so you just get a nice... See, there you go. There's the Inferno. There's the Trailbreaker. There's the Cup, which does come with the movie poster. There's the Blur. By the way, that Cup is graded 80. That's an 80 grade. Got a Blur there, graded 75. An OG Hot Rod without poster. Also, Hot Rod, Cup, and Blur. There were 3 versions, at least 3 versions of those that came out. You got the regular one, which is just like that. And then you got the one that had the poster thingamajiggy there. And then you got the Target Master versions, because they all came in a Target Master version as well. So there was at least on vintage, but I think there was only, but I think there was 3, there were 3 different versions of those. And then we got a, that's by the way, that is pre-owned, that's pre-owned, that's pre-owned. But they're all G1. That is my tracks. That's graded 75 plus. That is a 75 plus tracks. And then I've got this Prowl, which I am unsure if that's a reissue or not. I'm unsure. I'm unsure. I don't think. But what else? What else? Hold on, let's shift across here. Then we've got the Hound, sealed Hound, but this is a Chinese reissue Hound. That's a Chinese reissue. So that actually came out in 1992. Then after that, I have all the Decepticon triple changes. I got Astro Train, Octane, and Blitzwing. And the Octane and Astro Train are sealed, not graded, but they are sealed in box and original. The Blitzwing is is opened, and it's in a not a great state, but I wanted at least to have them. That is a Chinese reissue of Mirage. So that's not even. So again, that's a 1992. And then that is the Cup, without the movie poster corner, and that is sealed up. That is sealed up. Who's the big red guy here? That's my statue of Hot Rod, which you can convert to a statue of Rodimus. And then I've got some MDLXs here. And then we've got the Missing Link. Some Missing Link stuff there. There's the Missing Link RC, Missing Link Sunstreaker, Cliff, and then behind me, Cliff Jumper and Bumblebee. Missing Links. There. And then, do you know what? I got a little something for you guys. Because right down here, because I need to find a little bit more room. Hey, camera. Bang. Bang. Thank you. Got myself a graded. Yeah. No, which is a Sharkicon. Graded 75. The box is graded at 80. The window is graded at 70 because there is a little nick there in the window, which has brought it down. But the figure has been graded as a 90, which is I believe the highest grade that you can get is a 90. But normally they grade it to the lowest one, which would be the window, which is 70. But they've actually graded this as 75. Maybe because of the 90 figure inside. But there's a null there. And because these aren't all the Transformers. I've got a bunch over here. We've got 40th anniversary Optimus Prime. We've got an Ultra Magnus, open, pre-owned, but in amazing condition. Ultra Magnus. Silver Bowl, Onslaught, and a couple of Target Masters down there as well. And this is graded 80. Got a graded 80 Dirge here. Coneheads. One of the Coneheads. That's an 80 graded Dirge. So I probably want to, I want to do something. I like those statues being there now. So it's maybe some of them go downstairs. Maybe some of them go downstairs in another cabinet for some stoof. But yeah, there you go. It's a little bit of that. Coneheads represent, yeah. So I need Ramjet and Thrust to go with those two. I do like when I do my collecting, I do try and like to get the little sets. And Mikey, I will read that out later, but just to let you know now, not yet, but I'll sort something with Gary. Don't worry. Boobies. So like when I got the cup, the other cup. I got like the cup that's at the end there a while ago. And then I had the opportunity to get a graded cup and a graded blur. So I took those. I don't have a Ramjet or a Thrust, no. I only have Dirge. So I took the opportunity to get them. So then I was on the lookout immediately for a Hot Rod. So I could have my Hot Rod cup and blur because they're the boys, You know. And because I've got the Dirge, instead of sort of looking primarily for the other Seekers, Thunderclapper, Starscream, and what's my G? I'm sort of looking for my Coneheads first instead. So I'm looking for my Coneheads first. So I'll be looking out for a Ramjet. I'll be looking out for a Thrust. So, I was preferably sealed, but if you get yourself a good secondhand one, as long as all the Skywarp, my brain had gone dead for a second then. If you get all of the inserts and the inserts haven't been damaged that badly, so you can display them well, because that's a reissue, not reissue. Sorry, that's an OG, but the insert's decent, that it still displays well. The insert for Trailbreaker was terrible. No, that is an OG, but with a modern insert. Same with Prowl. That's got a modern insert, so they display well. So those are those. I do have a Studio 86 Ultra Magnus, but my real focus is to keep on with the OG boys. Keep on with the OG boys. So the GI Joes have moved over there. So is the Arkham Batman, and I've kind of got to think of a way to maybe move the Nightfall Batman over there as well, and move the Bumblebee statue over there, which will give I got stuff that I need to look into, Can I do this? Can I do that? It's very difficult in the UK to get this sort of thing. So a lot of my dealings have been further afield, shall we say? Further afield. Maybe if you're lucky, once in a blue moon, you'll actually get an auction, and I don't mean like eBay. It's like rocking horse shit on eBay. But you might get a specialist toy auction that might have something there. I don't have a Thundercracker OG. No, I don't have Starscream, Thundercracker, or Skywarp OGs. No. Bit by bit, smuggling them in from the east. Well, no, because in the east they make knockoffs, but the US is a treasure trove. So if you can find yourself some US sellers that don't mind shipping to the UK, and I was lucky. I was lucky because I can't even remember how I made contact with them, but I'd made contact with this person in purchasing a transformer off them. And then they just went, hey, I've got these as well if you're interested. And I was just like, fuck yeah. So I gave them what I believe was it would, put it this way, it'd certainly be a better price they'd get from selling it to a vintage toy store. But I think the sale certainly favored me, and I offered it to them. And they went, okay. Might as well do all the business here. I was like, okay, boom. So yeah, I was pretty happy about that. And this missing link stuff is really cool, by the way. To have an RC. Hey, hold on. Come here, love. Hey. Because the RC toy was never released. They never released RC. They came up with a concept for her, and she wasn't the color that was in the movie either. She was an orange color instead. But they never proceeded to make the RC. But years later, when they've started to do this missing link stuff, they have the original plans for what RC was going to be, And so they turned it into a toy. They actually turned it into a missing link figure. So that is what the RC toy was going to be back in the 80s. Just don't think it would have the articulation, but it was going to be like an orange, like where the pink is. It was actually going to be an orange, but that is actually an RC color. So you can get this missing link RC in the original color that they were going to put it out in as well. But that's cool. Boobies. That's cool because there were certain US Transformers which just never came out in the UK. For instance, we only got 4 of the 5 Dinobots. We never got Swoop in the UK. I don't know why. Have no idea why. But for some reason, Swoop was never released in Europe. So when we'd get our little Transformer catalogs and stuff, the Dinobots, it would just show 4 of them. It wouldn't show the 5th. And then, of course, even though it was released in the States, it was red. So in the cartoon, Swoop has a blue body, but the toy had a red body. You know, there was a lot of color changing going on with the toy. Yeah, Slag was there. Snarl. We got Slag, Snarl, Grimlock, and Sludge. Although Slag's not called Slag anymore, is he? They changed the name of, or he'll always be Slag to me. But they changed the name of Slag because in the UK, slag is slang for an easy woman. She's a fucking slag. I can't remember off the top of my head. I probably would if you put a gun to my head. I'd probably remember what they changed the name to. But to me, it's slag, and it will always be slag. You can take your other names. But of course, there was the whole Jetfire and Skyfire stuff as well. They changed it to Slug. Okay. But of course, in the cartoon, Jetfire was Skyfire. They just changed it to whore. Yeah. They just changed it to massive whore. You know that slag is actually slang for a woman of ill repute. Oh, okay. We must change the name. Massive whore. Is that better? Yeah, it's so much better. Thank you. But in the cartoon, Jetfire was called Skyfire. And then there was a rights issue with the name because of how they'd acquired the licenses for the Transformers. Like they would have the license, but they might only have the license for Japan. They might not have the license for America, Europe, etc. And so it would cause issues. So when Skyfire released as a toy, it became Jetfire. And then they actually phased, because of these issues that they were having with Skyfire, they actually phased him out of the cartoon. So Skyfire doesn't actually appear that often in the cartoon. And to most of us, he's Jetfire. And we always kind of refer to him as Jetfire. And he is in modern day and has been for donkey's decades now, been referred to as Jetfire. I was just about to get onto that, Phil. Then, because when you watch a cartoon as a kid, you don't, you sort of retain certain things, but you don't really retain that much. And because even though I got to see the cartoon in the UK, I didn't get to see it, all that often. And it would be rare that you kind of got to see it. So you'd see episodes here and there and whatnot, and mostly relied on reading the comic book and the toys. And in the UK, I don't know if it was just the UK. I don't know if it was in America as well. But in the UK, Rumble and Frenzy were opposite to how they were in the cartoon. Like in the cartoon, Frenzy is brown and Rumble is blue. But in the toy, it was Rumble was brown and Frenzy was blue. So I grew up pretty much my whole life always thinking Rumble, brown, Frenzy, blue. And then when you start to reconnect with your fandoms, later on, and of course, Frenzy was the brown one and Rumble was the blue one. My mind is still really struggling to come to terms with that. It really is. It really is. Every time I see them, my mind's just immediately kind of defaulting to Rumble brown, Frenzy blue. Because that's how the toy did it. That's how the toy did it. Well, Buzzsaw came with Soundwave immediately. And I think the reason was, I don't know how true this is, but I was told that the reason why Soundwave came with Buzzsaw as opposed to Laserbeak was the fact that they wanted to. Laserbeak was a really popular Transformer because he was cool. So if you just gave away Laserbeak for free with Soundwave, or you could put one, call it something different, change the coloring a wee bit, then re-release, then put Laserbeak in a package with, I think it came with Ravage, wasn't it? It was Ravage and Laserbeak that came in a package together. Then you can make money. You can make more money. And of course, the whole point was the cartoon was there to sell toys. The comic was there to sell toys. That was the whole point. That's what they're in business to do. And Soundwave, of course, is just one of the coolest Transformers ever, man. Ever. Oh, I'm looking forward to when my what's it called? What are they called? Bloody hell. Why is it when you go on camera, your brain just dies? RoboSen. There you go. When my RoboSen Soundwave comes, that's going to be cool. That's going to be cool. Laserbeak came with Frenzy. So Rumble came with Ravage? Let's have a look. Yeah, got Ravage. Right, yeah, got Ravage and Rumble. And of course, Rumble's brown. And then Laserbeak and Frenzy. And of course, Frenzy's blue. Because that's how they did the oh man, why mess with my brain like that? Why mess with my brain? They would be wonderful to own. I mean, the OG. I'm not talking. I did have a Ravage. Now, doesn't that mean I also had a Rumble/Frenzy? I don't have any recollection of having the other Rumble, but I do remember having Ravage. So I must have done. I must have done, but I just don't have that memory. But I do have the memory of having Ravage because I loved Ravage. I love Ravage so much that I'm gonna start chomping on a yogurt. I'm gonna start chomping on a Greek yogurt while I talk about how much I loved Ravage. But Ravage was cool because the cassettes were like pretty cool because even though you had Frenzy and Rumble, which would turn into robots, humanoid robots. You know, Ravage was a cassette tape that turned into a panther. Vanilla and coconut. And of course, Laserbeak and I guess Buzzsaw. They turn into condors. Is it condors? They weren't eagle, were they? They were condors, weren't they? So they were a little bit different. Yeah. Muller Light, yogurt in disguise. So it was always cool to have something vulture. Yeah, I think it's condors. I don't think it's vultures. I think it's condors. Now, Rat Bat didn't come in until Transformers the movie. That was the first time that we saw Rat Bat. And season 3. We got people debating condors and vultures. I was sure it was. I was always of the belief it was condors. So yeah, Rat Bat, of course, would turn into a bat, and then for the first time in Transformers the movie, we got to see Blaster's cassettes because we'd never seen Blaster with a cassette in season 2. So don't think Blaster came into the show until season 2. When suddenly there was a massive explosion of new Transformers that were never explained in any capacity. The sort of cope explanation for why are there so many more Transformers in season 2 than season 1? Where did they come from? The attempted explanation was the ones that you see in season 1 were all the ones that were on the bridge crew, unless they were constructed during that time. And then season 2, they've gone further into the arc and retrieved the bodies of the other Transformers and brought them back. Whatever. It was more toys to sell. And there were some cool new additions, so I'm never complaining. Blaster never came out in the UK. That's why. Meh. Blaster was another toy that never came out in the UK. We got Soundwave, but we never got Blaster in the UK, which was a shame because when I started getting hooked onto the Transformers comic, the Marvel run has ended because the Marvel run only went up 80 issues. And then the UK Transformers comic continued to like 330 issues, 330 something issues. So we were creating our own unique Transformers stories here in the 80s. And there were some great Bumblebee and Blaster stories in there. And Blaster became one of my favorite Transformers because of the comic. Yeah. So I was pretty gutted that you couldn't get a Blaster toy at the time. You prefer Sound Blaster? Well, I mean that's a different. Oh, that's a whole different thing. With the redone Soundwave and everything. Oh, holy. Well, yeah, because in the cartoon, in the cartoon, Blaster, of course, has his face. In the comic, he's got more of like a visor. He's got like more of a visor, and he's got these fins that go up because the comic followed the toy line. So that it looked like the toy line. So that's why Galvatron in the comics is the same color scheme as the toy line. And it's why Blaster looks like the toy line. Because, of course, ultimately, they're there to sell toys. And then, yeah, in the comics, Optimus Prime comes back as a Power Master Optimus Prime. And they have all the, because they're trying to put the disc of Optimus Prime's, data. And the bodies keep falling apart because they can't handle it. And so the Power Masters are born because the Power Masters are what's able to give the body the power to hold the he was saying Optimus Prime was saved on a floppy disk. He was saved on a 9-inch floppy. So Optimus Prime came back as a Power Master Optimus Prime. Yeah, Lisa, no joke. Optimus Prime was saved on a 9-inch floppy. Dan, we were talking about, fuck off with the poop videos. We were talking about you earlier. In August, Dan, August is the 40th anniversary of Transformers the movie. And we want you to do a cover of the Transformers the movie Transformers theme, which I can send you. And we want you to do that as a homage and release it on your channel. Yeah. Now this is right. Now, if you look at oh God, I'm loving this conversation, chat. Thank you for making this conversation fucking awesome. Right. If you were to go around the internet and put like Rodimus Prime into the search engine, you'll probably find a lot of videos not very complimentary towards Rodimus Prime. Okay, because they will talk about, you'll see a lot of why did Rodimus fail as a leader, blah, 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 all that kind of stuff. And rightfully so, because in the cartoon, Rodimus does kind of fail as a leader. He's absolutely no Optimus Prime. He doesn't seem to have the confidence of Optimus Prime. He doesn't seem to want to even be the leader. Says many times he doesn't want to be the leader. So there's and of course there was the whole problem with the toys. And this bit was very important when it came to Rodimus. Because if you look at the 1986 line of toys, the two big ones, ladies, are Galvatron and Ultra Magnus. And Ultra Magnus is the city commander. He's not the leader of the Autobots. But because of the size of Ultra Magnus, it kind of feels like the initial vibe was to make Ultra Magnus the leader. Now, in the cartoon, in the movie, I should say, when Optimus Prime dies, he passes the Matrix of leadership to Ultra Magnus. So even you are kind of thinking that Ultra Magnus is going to become the new leader. And Ultra Magnus looks cool as fuck. Just FYI. He's a really cool looking Transformer. He's big. He's beefy. He's got this great looking head. Two secs, chat. Speaking of head, you get it. I'm not having head given to me on stream. Hold on. Ah! 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 Oh, 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 chat, you don't know what I'm wrestling with here. It's crazy. It's crazy. Okay. Oh, so this is, this is the toy. This is the Ultra Magnus toy. It is big. It is beautiful. It is beefy. Look at that. It's a brick. It's literally a glorified brick. But it is the competing size to Galvatron. It's the competing size to Galvatron. The Rodimus Prime toy is not. The Rodimus Prime toy is about that big. He's just slightly bigger than a regular vehicle. He's not bigger than Optimus Prime. He doesn't have the articulation of Optimus Prime. So the problem was you were trying to sell this idea to kids, and kids are very visual kind of beings. We like cool looking shit. Hot Rod is a great toy, and Hot Rod was cool as fuck. Look great. Car looks great. Great transformation. Robot looks really cool. The Rodimus Prime toy was awful. It was awful. It barely transformed. Like there was barely anything to do in its transformation. It looked ugly. It had no articulation. The legs didn't bend. Even though it had knee bends, knee joints, they didn't bend. Lordy, when I did a paper run when I was a kid. Man, we're kind of delving deep today. We're kind of going in deep, real deep. When I was a kid, I'm gonna tell you a story. I don't think I've ever told you this story before. When I was a kid, I wanted Rodimus Prime because he was the new leader. Now, the Rodimus Prime toy cost £9.99. I didn't have £9.99. Okay? I didn't have that. Now, my mum was very kind, very nice, and she bought me a Blur, because I'm currently reading the Transformers comic now. Not, the US one's finished. I'm now reading the UK one, and the UK Transformers the comic really fleshed out Rodimus Prime, Cop, and Blur. And they made them fantastic characters. And I think I got the Blur for Christmas. I think it was for Christmas. It might have been my birthday. It was something like that. So I get a paper round. I get a paper round that if I deliver all of these newspapers, I will be paid £10. £10. So I'm you know, as a, you know, they make you go everywhere and do everything. So I'm going around. I am delivering all of these papers, throwing away as many as I possibly can. I'm delivering all of these papers, and I get this £10. And my dad, who was a fucking asshole. Thankfully, I only knew him for 6 years of my life. But my dad never liked me being happy. If he ever saw that I was happy, he'd make sure he'd do stuff to make sure I wasn't happy. So I say to them, with this £10, I'm gonna buy Rodimus Prime. I've earned this £10, I'm gonna buy Rodimus Prime. And my dad says, no. You're gonna put that £10 in a bank, and you're not gonna buy that. You're not gonna buy that toy. Okay. So fuck that cunt. I went to the toy store and I bought Rodimus Prime with my £10 that I earned. So I go to the toy store with my 10 quid and I buy Rodimus. Better to ask for forgiveness than permission. So I come home with my Rodimus Prime, and I get dragged into the front room. I get screamed at, and my Rodimus Prime is taken away from me before I've even opened it. It's taken away from me. And not only is the Rodimus Prime taken away from me, but Blur is also taken away from me. It's also taken away. So I lose my Rodimus Prime and I lose my Blur. And so I've got neither now. I've got neither now. Nor do I have the £10, of course, because I spent the £10. So I have zero money, and I have my Rodimus Prime taken away, which I earned, and I have my Blur taken away from me, which was a present. And all I can remember after that is I didn't have them for a long time. And then when Christmas came around, my Rodimus Prime was wrapped up as a present for me, and my Blur was put back in its box, and my mum had stuck with sellotape the the badges that you could cut away to send away for stuff. That was sellotape back on, and Blur was wrapped up as another present. So they were given back to me at Christmas. They were given back to me at Christmas. So I ultimately got them back, but it was yeah, I was not happy, you know. I'd earned that money fair and square. That was the whole reason of taking on that job, that £10 job to deliver those. Anyway, by the by. So that was cool. But the toy, like I said, it wasn't a great toy, and it's certainly because the following birthday, my mum bought me Galvatron. And I had no idea she was going to do this. No idea. I think it's my 14th birthday. So I think this is 1989. January of 1989. It's my 14th birthday. And there's this big box. And I've got no idea. It might even be my 15th birthday at 1990. I don't know. No, I think it was my 14th. Maybe it's my 13th. It might be my 13th. That would probably make more sense. I think it's my 13th birthday. So that would be 88. So I see this big box, and we it was a school day, I believe. What day did January 25th, 1988 fall on? It was a Monday. Right, yeah. Yeah, it was a school day because when we had birthdays in our house, if they're on a school day, you got up, you went to school, and then when you came back, you had your birthday tea, then you opened your presents. So I remember this big box, and I'm sort of like, what on earth is it? What on earth is this big box? So I rip open this big box, this fucking Galvatron, and I'm like, what? Like, Mom, are you sure? Because we don't have a lot of money. We don't have a lot of money. I'm like, are you sure? She's like, oh yeah. And I don't know, maybe 1988. Maybe she got it. Maybe it was on discount. Because, we kind of got some discounted stuff as a kid because that's how you could afford things. But I don't care. I don't care if it was in a discount, whatever. I had Galvatron. So you got Galvatron, which is like this big, right? And then you got Rodimus Prime, which is like that big. And the two just did not. They just did not coexist. Galvatron would just destroy everything. Because they were huge. They were huge. Because Ultra Magnus was the companion piece to Galvatron. And that Ultra Magnus that I just showed you there, chat, that OG, and that's an OG Ultra Magnus because its face is still blue. They didn't paint the face silver. That's an OG one. That Ultra Magnus there, which I showed you, that is the very first Ultra Magnus I've ever owned. G1 in my life. In my life. That is the first and only G1 Ultra Magnus I've ever owned. So while there was a lot of complaints, let's just kind of bring it back on track. So while there were a lot of complaints about how Rodimus, didn't function well as a toy, didn't function well as a leader in the cartoons, the comics were writing brilliant stories, like absolutely brilliant stories that followed Hot Rod, Cut, Blur, Rodimus Prime, I should really say, Cut, Blur, Ultra Magnus and Galvatron, Death's Head. Marvel's Death's Head was a major player in quite a few storylines. But the Time Wars, the Time Wars stuff was great. And they made Ultra Magnus into an absolute fucking Chad. And they made Rodimus Prime, Cup and Blur absolute legends. So while Rodimus was getting a lot of hate, because I'm a UK person and I'm reading the UK comics, I'm just getting so many great Rodimus Prime stories. And it was so it was awesome. So even though there's a lot of not a lot of love for Rodimus out there, the truth of the matter is the British comics made him a legend. Made him an absolute legend. And yeah, you gotta check out when the compendium comes out so you can read them. If you've never read them before, wait till that compendium comes out, because there be some real good shit. Now mine, where's my I'm gonna check something. I'm gonna find out where my compendium is, because apparently it was getting ready to ship. And that was like fucking 2 months ago. Right. My pledges and my surveys. Here we go. Transformers Compendium set. Yeah, your order has been locked. View order. No estimated shipping. Yeah, credit remaining 0. I've paid all. I paid it all. Paid the postage. When is it? Yeah, and it's like, we've received your order. Your order is locked. Your card has been charged. Your address has been locked. Your order has shipped is not ticked. Everything is ticked apart from your order is shipped. So it still has not shipped. Why? I've seen retailers selling the compendium, by the way. You got yours about a month ago. They're probably dealing with domestic before they deal with international. You know, so yeah, that was some oh my god, that was some great Transformer chat. Oh, all because I moved those boys there. All because the Rodimus toy was yeah, it wasn't great at all. There was a lot of cope with that Rodimus toy. I mean, I look at it I look back very fondly on that Rodimus Prime toy because the memories of that toy are attached to the comics. So, yeah. That's why. But the toy is, in general, is a very poorly put together Transformer. Very, very, it's a very weak toy indeed. Let's just go through a few super duperies and then I'll get into some, we'll get into some other stuff. Rook taking Rooks with a $2, I should say. I can't believe YouTube unsubscribed me. I'm pissed off. Well, I mean, you do come in afternoon tea quite a lot, so I'm glad, or Sunday fun day. So I'm glad that you caught it early. But yeah, YouTube's just it's a pile of fucking wank. It's an absolute pile of fucking wank for unsubscribing, not pushing your stuff, all kinds of crap. Whew. Look, I'm just amazed that we're an hour and 15 minutes into the stream and YouTube hasn't crashed yet. David Smart Jr. with a 4-month membership says, hell to the silverback. You'll make me laugh so hard on Sundays. Giggity. Thanks for the content. January sucks. Either everyone's broke or hungover. Yeah. I tell you what, David. Look, yeah. It's January. Nobody's got any money. Like, nobody's got any money. Everyone's spent the money at Christmas. You know, they've wanted to get prezzies for people. They've overindulged. It is what it is. It happens every fucking year. January, the most austere month of the year. Barely anyone's got any cash. DSP, on the other hand, is not happy at the levels of support that his streams have been getting, and he hasn't been hitting the targets. And he's a very, very mad guy, and he went on a fucking insane auditing spree after one of his streams. Like an utterly insane insane auditing spree. We need to discuss. You wanted me to play these games. I ask you, these are the games that you've asked me to play. I play them. Where's the support? I can't play it if you don't give me the support. We need to figure this out. We need to solve this out. But you don't do any. But you don't do any goals anymore, DSP. I know it. I don't do any goals, but I can't play if I don't get support. Of course, in his mind, his goals have never changed. He's a botanist. He likes the company of men. Okay. So yeah, DSP is very mad that in January, when nobody's got fucking money, barely a penny to rub together after Christmas, DSP not happy that he's not getting his goals, which he doesn't have anymore, met. So he's like wage quitting games left, right, and center. I can't play anything if it's not supported. I can't play it. What a guy! What a guy! Now that all Asmon Gold's money's gone, the Asmon boost is gone. He's back down to the regulars because he's scared everyone else away because they all have seen who. You should start a detractor channel. Nah. No, but it's nice to throw shade every now and again. But I couldn't do a detractor channel because it would just drive you insane. It would drive. I don't know how they do it. I honestly God, I don't know how the detractors do it. I'll like watch about 5 detractor videos and then I've got to give it a break for like 4 weeks. But I gotta confess, this whole Asmon arc has been hilarious. Because I gave it 2 weeks. I gave it 2 weeks until the Asmon Gold audience leave, and it was pretty much 2 weeks. And then gone. Because they realized he's a fucking dickhead. Anyway. Josh Wright has been a member for 10 months. Josh, thank you very much indeed, dude. Kalioth with a $5 says, noticed you have Japan G1 mixed in there, mate. They do fit in a display nicely. Cheers, Azzybots. Transform and play Veilguard. Oh no. Well, those Takaras are the Missing Link series. So these are the new Missing Link series, but they are the Takara ones. They are Japanese. There aren't any American versions of these. It's only Japanese. So yeah, they are that. Kalioth with a $10 says Yoko Kano, composer of Cowboy Bebop, Bebop and Ghost in the Shell standalone complex, is coming to the Boston Anime Convention in April. Short trip over the pond, just saying. Dan Vask should do Hot Rod Lookout Mountain. He needs to do the theme. April, there's something I'm doing in April. I can't tell you just yet. You'll find out. Gus has been a member for 23 months. I would love to go see him though. Man, God, because Ghost in the Shell music is phenomenal. Cowboy Bebop music's fucking phenomenal. Jeez, man. Gus has been a member for 23, says and by the way, YouTube just crashed. I was nearly absolutely on point with when YouTube was going to crash. YouTube has crashed. Gus with a membership for 23 says, as 8-year-old Gus was there opening day to the Transformers movie, always thought that Cut was voiced by DeForest Kelly for the longest time. No. Hold on. I got to get his name right. Yes. Yeah, I need to just check that it isn't actually. Oh, yeah. I always thought that it was Ernest Borgnine that voiced him. It wasn't. It was Lionel Stander that voiced him. But I for years and years and years thought that it was Ernest Borgnine that voiced Cup in Transformers the movie for the longest time. But it won. Ryan Welsh has been a member for 41 months. Ryan, thank you. Malikot has been a member for 26 months. Thank you. Stephen De Leon with a membership for 21 says, can't believe I've been watching this wanker for 21 months. For my loss. Shout out West Texas, Bills Mafia. Stephen De Leon rules all. You don't, yeah, but you don't though, do you? But you don't though. But you don't. Yeah, I mean, anyway. Mikey Gusler, how you doing, Mikey? With a membership for 33. Says, did you see the latest rumor on the Batman 2? It claims that Two-Face will be a bait and switch. So instead of Sebastian Stan being Two-Face, it will be ScarJo instead. If true, what will be your reaction? If it's true, I haven't heard this rumor, Mikey. I think it would be the most retarded fucking shit ever. But I don't think it's going to be true. I think you would I think you would lose so many people. I cannot for 1 minute believe that to be true. Mikey Gus with the $2 says, did Gary mention to you if he sent you a gift yet? No, he hasn't, but I'll be doing a stream with Gary on Monday, tomorrow. We're going to be doing a gaming stream starting at I think it's 8 p.m. UK time, 2 p.m. Central time. So I will ask him then. Or if you're watching that, Mikey, do a prod to remember. And Mikey Gusler again with a $10 says, did you see IGN Poland confirmed that they knew about the third Witcher expansion for a long time? They said it'd be set in Zarikania, which is a desert region, and will be as big as Blood and Wine. Well, IGN Poland gaming, yeah. Well, Gary's going to be playing The Witcher 3 tomorrow, Mauler, and I'm going to be there to lose my fucking mind. I mean, feel free to join us. I'm begging you. Feel free to join us, because Lord knows I need the mental illness dissipated. Yeah, it's sounding more and more likely that there is going to be a third Witcher expansion, and it's going to release later this year. What were the dates they were kind of throwing around? Was it April or was it July? But it's meant to drop this year, and it's meant to be a bridge that's going to lead into The Witcher 4. So it looks like it will be heavy on Ciri as well. But it's looking more and more likely. unless the only other thing that it could be is that they drop Rebel Wolves remake of The Witcher 1. That would be the only other thing that I think it could be. But yeah, it's looking likely that there's actually going to be that third expansion, which would be fun. Oh man, that'd be phenomenal. Woo! Woo! I wish you the best of luck, sir. I could barely handle. Oh, God damn it. Brass Monkey dropping a $10. Boom. Brass Monkey. Thank you, Brass Monkey. Love you, dude. Callie off with a $2 says Swoop not released due to safety and licensing. Is that why? Gee, man. Boobies. Man. I did manage to get myself a Grimlock. Like, these are years later. But I did manage to get my Grimlock. That Grimlock toy is amazing, by the way. It has a great transformation, looks great, and has articulation. So, and it's looking like Grimlock is going to be the next missing Link character that they create. It's looking very likely that Grimlock is the next missing Link character. Calioth with a $10 says, as prior to their acquisition, Milton Bradley, MB, did have a blaster in Britain briefly. Seeing pictures of it. No official wave there, oddly. Been looking for that box and copyright mark for decades. Did MB release a Transformers blaster in the UK? No, the original Generation 1 blaster toy was never officially released by MB or Hasbro in the UK during the initial run of the 1980s. While Blaster was part of the MB Transformers line released in other parts of mainland Europe in 1985, MB had separate subsidiaries for the UK market, which were already covered by Hasbro's own operations. The UK releases were handled directly by Hasbro UK, and Blaster was one of several characters, including Triptychon and the Deluxe Insecticons, because they never came to the UK either, that did not make it to the UK market at that time. The Blaster toy has seen official UK release in more recent years, as part of collector-orientated reissues, such as in the Autobots Intel Ops set. The original G1 toy remains a sought-after item for collectors, especially those in the UK who had to import it originally. There you go. Boom. Calioth with a $10 says the copyright for Blaster was still tied to micro changes and Takara licensing in the other markets via CG in France and GIG is Italian. Yeah. GIG even changed molds later for copyright issues. Well, as you saw, it did not. Hasbro dealt with mainland UK and they did not release one. So it might be a European Blaster release, but not a UK one. David Fredrickson with a $5 says, I'm still pissed that Marvel stopped Transformers in the US at issue 90. I think it's issue 80 something. Might be 90. But it's between 80 and 90 anyway. Then the UK got, up to issue 200, 300. The UK went on to about issue 330 something. I think like 334 or something. There or thereabouts. So there was so much more that we got. And those stories are, some of those stories were just freaking amazing, man. Lo-Fi Inkblot Beats has been a member for 3 months. Thank you. Josh Knight has been a member for 38 months. Thank you, Josh. Firm handshakes to you, brother. Tony H85 has been a member for a month. Thank you, Tony. Tony with an I, not a Y. Doom Guy 1977 has been a member for 30 months. Thank you. Crimson Shadow with a £3 super sticker, so it's got to be a fist bump. Right back at you, brah. Jaded Fett with a membership for 27 says is very broke. Hanukkah, 2 birthdays, and Christmas. Have you seen the Star Wars mod for Starfield? Crazy stuff that. Well, the Starfield mod for Starfield. Sorry, the Star Wars mod for Starfield looks like a million times better than Star Wars Outlaws. Never mind. It's probably the best thing. I mean, I ain't gonna lie, Jaded Fett. The word Star Wars just make my heart sink right now. Not soar, just sink. So in terms of would I be interested in playing it? Nah. But it look, that person's put heart and soul into that. And it just goes to show what true fans can do versus whatever the fuck Starfield was meant to be, because Starfield's one of the shitest. It wasn't even just boring; it was crap as well. Like the gameplay was bearable. It was fine. There was nothing revolutionary about it. It was basic. It was fine. There were no good characters in it. There were no good stories in it. The exploration sucked donkey dick. It was terrible, dude. Hey, Jaded Fett, you better sort out your fucking finances, mate. It's my birthday 2 weeks today. Come on, man. Come on, dude. I'm gonna be gone 2 weeks today. 2 weeks today, chat. Sunday. 2 weeks today. My birthday. I'm going on the world's biggest grift session. It's going to become afternoon grift with Az. Afternoon birthday grift with Az, 25th of January. Tomorrow for you. Happy birthday for tomorrow, dude. So come on, man. Take out some fucking loans or something. I don't know. Love you, dude. Mikey Gosler with a $5 says, Az, should we get Gary, Ryan, X-Ray Girl, Drinker, and Drunk 3PO to play Gollum so we can get another Joe Danger video for EFAP? Well, Gary's never going to finish the game. Mauler and I couldn't get Gary through the fucking tutorial in 4 hours or however long that stream was. 3 or 4 hours, dude. Now, Ryan, X-Ray Girl, Drinker, and Drunk 3PO, they have the capacity to do it. It would be funny. But it was funny. It was great that EFAP a couple of weeks ago, watching the Joe Danger mix of the Fringy and the other guys. That was funny. Having gone through it myself, it was funny. My Gaslat with a $2 says, get Jay Longbone to play Gollum as well. Oh, I'll totally 100% love me some Jay Longbone. Malcolm Tucker with a $5 says, what the fook? All this talk of action figures and no one has ever made one of me. What the fook? I have a Malcolm Tucker 1 in 6. Oh, no, well, it's technically Peter Capaldi's Doctor, but we can role play Malcolm. Now, fuckity bye. Tall, Dark, and Gruesome has been a member for 68 months. Tall, Dark, and Gruesome, thank you. Strider with a 4-month Strider, thank you. Bill Palia with a 24 months. Bill, thank you, good sir. Mighty Gassler with a $5 says, when did you become apathetic towards Star Wars? For me, I was already done after TLJ, but seeing Solo at the drive-in just put the nail in the coffin. For me, it was, the beginning of the end was, like most people, like yourself, The Last Jedi. That was the beginning of the end. I had liked The Force Awakens. I'd come away from The Force Awakens happy. And I thought, yay, Star Wars is in good hands, because you kind of thought it was going, and there were things that, why did Kylo lose at the end fight? Well, maybe this and maybe that reason, and there's a lot of cope that you had to attach to it. And I've said this before, and I'll say it again, but I remember driving to the cinema with my mate. There was my mate, and he brought one of his mates with him. And we were going to see The Last Jedi together, the three of us. And my mate turned to me in the car and he says, what if it's not good? And my answer to him was, it's a Star Wars film. Of course it's going to be good. And then we watched it. And the theater was absolutely jam-packed, like rammed, because we went on release day. And it was quiet as a fucking mouse. There was no reaction to anything. Like the terrible your mama jokes and shit like that. Oh my. Do you remember? It opens up with fucking Poe doing a your mama joke. And then we're all being like, what? Why are these bombers dropping bombs in space? What happened to the B-Wings? Why are these things like, it was the stupid. And then when we left, we're walking down the corridor when we left. And my mate said, did you enjoy that? And we're like, yeah, it was, yeah. No. I mean, I didn't like this, and I didn't like this, and I thought this was dumb, and I didn't like this, and it just suddenly it just dawned on us, just like, oh no, and we're driving back, and we're like nearly in silence for most of the way back, and I remember getting near to home, and we were like, that was a really bad film. It's like, yeah, that was a really bad film. And so there was a kind of, the apathy wasn't there because you was kind of stunned by it. You were shocked by it. And then when they announced Solo, and I'm just like, no, what? No. I don't want to see somebody pretending to be Harrison Ford Solo. This is, and I tell you what, when I saw Solo, I was just like, this is one of the biggest pieces of shit I've seen. And so Solo failed miserably at the cinema, predominantly. Well, I think TLJ had a massive influence on that. And after Solo, I was kind of like, I was really checked out. I was really starting to get checked out. And then yeah. That was it. Seeing what they did to Luke, just seeing how they fucking pissed all over Luke. And it just felt so malicious. It felt so malicious. So yeah. I don't know. That was it. It was the yeah, TLG was the start. Solo pushed it forward. Why was it malicious? It felt malicious because it felt like they purposely and maliciously made Luke just an absolute fucking clown. Like, Luke was not behaving the way that Luke would behave. And it was all done in an effort to raise Rey up, who was just a useless character because she never went through any journey. She you know, in the first film, she started using her abilities. Fine. You know, defeating Kylo Ren in a mind fight was retarded when you think about it. Making the stormtrooper release her, retarded if you think about it. defeating Kylo Ren, even though been shot at the end. Retarded. She never went on any journey. She started there and she just went whoop and then went and just stayed at the fucking top. So Rey was an impossible character to get behind. I mean, I'd get behind Daisy Ridley. I've seen that ass. Woo! But Rey was an impossible character to get behind because she had no struggle. And I think that's probably one of the reasons why people started to skew towards Kylo Ren, because Kylo Ren kept fucking losing. And so you're like, this guy's probably going to go on a journey because this fucking bint isn't. And then Luke is throwing lightsabers away and rejecting the Force and all this nonsense. And then dying because he overdoses on the fucking... It's like the stupidest shit you ever saw. Oh. Logan coming in clutch. Logan Johnson coming in clutch. We'll get to you, Logan, but I sees you. Even though you know, Logan, you know full well that the grift never stops. It is omnipotent. It is ever grifting. So, had Luke, do you know what? Kylo's had a few dark thoughts. I'm going to murder him in his fucking sleep like a mad, crazy mentalist. Like, this isn't Luke Skywalker. This isn't Luke Skywalker. I don't know who this fucking... Well, of course, we kept... Jake Skywalker meme was born. Jake Skywalker. Because it wasn't Luke. It didn't in any capacity resemble Luke. So yeah, TLJ was the gut shot. Was the gut shot that you just never recovered from. And Solo was just showing you that they had nothing. Right, I've got to start another one now. I said it for 10 red at the beginning by accident. And then I saw some people in the chat going, well, that's a lofty goal. I sort of thought, yeah, it is. It is a bit lofty, trying to do a cheeky £100 grift. But, but you never know. And then I realized it wasn't 1, it was 10. I was like, oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, that's a little bit excessive, isn't it? 2026 Griftly Bear. Griffly Bear. Boom. Oh, my back end of YouTube is glitching badly, which means it's going to crash any fucking second now. Because YouTube is useless. So there you go, Mikey. I hope you enjoyed that one, buddy. Jackson Cagle with a $2 says, damn, sweet hot rod. Boom. And I don't know if you meant the statue as well. But boom. Boobies. I really want to... There's many that I want. Sideswipe is my ultimate because Sideswipe was the very first Transformer I ever bought. So I would love a mint in box Sideswipe. But my two big ones would be Sideswipe and Jazz. I'd love Sideswipe and Jazz to get involved. To get involved. Malcolm Tucker with a $5 says, I should have one made of me. I am a better fucking politician than the figs you have in there now. Dude, we don't have politicians. We only have clowns. Sir. Tall, dark, and gruesome with a £5 says, I fell asleep playing Starfield. It was that awful. All the best to you and yours for 2026, Old Bean. And you, dude. I hope you have a cracking year. A cracking year. And YouTube crashed. I told you. It was lagging. When I put in that goal, it was lagging badly, which means it was on the verge of collapse Gordon Cadell, the £2 says, you're looking at Lego Arkham, Soundwave, or X Mansion. Lego Arkham, I own. Lego Soundwave, Chat's mum bought me Lego Soundwave for Christmas. It hasn't shipped yet because she couldn't find anywhere in the UK that sold it. It was all sold out. So she had to buy one abroad, and she's had it shipped to her, and then she's going to eventually ship it to me. But yeah, Chat's mum bought me Lego Soundwave, and I also own the X Mansion as well. It's up in the attic. My Arkham is downstairs because I really want to build it. I really want to build that Lego Arkham on stream and put it into one of my cabinets downstairs. I'd love to do that. So it's still downstairs. The X-Men mansion is up in the loft. Oh, the next fans toys to release is another Constructicon, which means I will have 3 of the 6 fans toys Constructicons. Woo! Chimera Gaming with a 32 months says, dearest Azabel, I've got good news. Within 3 weeks, my wife and kids will be moving into our own place. It hasn't been easy, but it's all worked out. Dude. Freaking awesome. You bless that house, mate. You bless that house with laughter and frivolity. Nordstrom has been a member for 5 months. Nordstrom, thank you. Roller coaster with a membership for 39. Says, hey, Laz and chat. I am so sorry not to participate in that grift for your birthday. I have to buy a new washing machine. It broke on Christmas Eve. Dude. My washer dryer is bust as well. It's really, really temperamental. I don't know why. I need to find out I need to make a note of what the error code is and then look it up. But and it's only like 2 years old. It's only like 2 years old. But it keeps fucking around. I've got a shitload of washing to do as well, mate. And it keeps fucking up. So I might have to just put it on a wash cycle and then dry it normally. But the washer dryer, when it goes onto the drying feature, it just keeps fucking up. Roller coaster. Also gifting 5 memberships to the stream. Roller coaster. Thank you. Thank you very much. Logan Johnson with a membership for 16 says, what up, as my bold British brother? It's been a hot minute since I caught you live and hope you're doing well, especially with Chat's mum. Chat's mum and I are doing great. Thank you, bud. Have an excellent day, my dude. And same to all in the chat. Yeah, I mean, Logan, I was going to be on Drinkers Open Bar this week. Well, I was asked to be on Drinkers Open Bar last week. But I had to say to Drinker, I can't do it. I can't do it, dude, because I've got an online date with Chat's mum. Because we'd booked ourselves some time to have an online date together, you know. So I'll be on Drinkers Open Bar this week. But yeah, so we got some good time. We got some good time together last week, which was great. She's doing great. So yeah, thank you, man. Appreciate you. Boobies. Have an excellent day, my dude, and the same to all in the chitty chat. What a hero. What a guy. What a guy. What a guy. No, it's a prison appointment. I had to book it in advance. She's currently in a penitentiary. Jackson Cagle with a $20. Slamming a 20 on the counter, says, nailed it, mate. I think that was when I was going through the Ray stuff. The useless Ray stuff. Useless Ray. Thank you, dude. $20. Not cheap. Nordstrom with a 300 Serbian dinar says, I like Ron Howard's movies. I think he's a great director, but man, Solo was an absolute miss. His daughter did a better job in The Mandalorian. Oh, Dallas. Yeah. Look, The Mandalorian was, Solo was flat as a pancake. The direction was flat. The script was terrible. And I cannot remember the name of a single fucking character other than Han Solo. Well, obviously, you know, Lando Calrissian was in there. But apart from Lando Calrissian and Han Solo, I can't remember the name of a fucking character. And yes, I know the robot was called Leet, but they weren't a character. They were a fucking joke. So I'm not counting those. But in terms of like, you know, what was the name of Daenerys' character? Can't remember. What was the name of the bandit who was the little girl? Can't remember. What was the name of Woody Harrelson's character? Don't remember. What was the name of Woody Harrelson's stupid girlfriend that blew herself up for no reason? Can't remember. What was the name of the bad guy? Can't remember. I nothing. Chewbacca. Okay, I can remember Chewbacca. Yeah, Freckle Jesus. Can't remember what the fuck her name was. Kira was Daenerys. Kira. Oh, yeah, Kira. Oh my God. John Athon. Yeah. Only remember because the Outlaws video. Yeah, she was in Outlaws, wasn't she? Fuck. And Logan Johnson with a $100 super chat. Says grift. It's all about the grift and how you play it. It's all about the grift and if you can take it. Thank you, Logan. What a guy. What a guy. Legend. Elemental Anguish with a $10 as TFA was the last Star Wars movie I watched. Walked out the theater enjoying it until I heard someone say it was just a rehash of the OG movie. Something just clicked inside me and I walked away completely. Well, I remember that. I remember people saying it was just a remake of Star Wars. And I was like, nah. And then the more I thought about it, I was like, oh no, it's actually almost beat for beat. It's almost beat for beat. Whoopsies. But I've never seen Rise of Skywalker. I've never seen it. I've seen Mauler's video on it, but I've never seen Rise of Skywalker. I had zero interest in going to the cinema to see that. Zero interest. When I saw the trailers, I was just like, fuck off. Get out of here. So yeah, I haven't even seen Rise of Skywalker. I haven't even seen Captain Marvel either. Those are a couple of things I'll stick under my belt to grift. Jackson Cagle's become a member of the YouTube channel as well. Thank you, Jackson. I'm sorry, Miss Jackson. Chat, by the way, just FYI, when I said I'll go through a few super chats, I had 13 super chats when I said I'm just going to start going through a few super chats. It's now 52. It's now 52. So I started when there's 13. And the reason why I haven't stopped is because it's now on 52. I'll be auditing you after the streams. Okay. I am Flag with a $5 is hung out a little with the Blur voice actor at BotCon in Chicago several years ago. Micro Machine adds too. Nice. Oh man, they're all getting old, you know. No disrespect to them at all, but they're all getting old. They're all getting old now. Spiegel with a 35 Zargon says, are you also hyped for Blade, or is it just me? The only blade that I'm hyped for is the one that I'll use to cut my loaf of bread. Because there's never going to be a fucking Blade movie. It's not going to happen. It's not happening. It's happening. I know it's been 6.5 years and there's no director attached and there's no script, but it's totally happening. It's actually going to happen in this movie. Which hasn't even been announced. It doesn't have a script, doesn't have a pre-production, doesn't have a director, and doesn't have a cast. It's totally going to... It's never getting made. Where did Spiegel go? Nordstrom with a 300 Serbian dinar. This August will mark the 40th anniversary of Transformers the movie. Oh yeah, I mentioned this at the beginning of the stream. I'm still pissed at them for killing off Optimus Prime the way they did. That was the directive. That was the directive. They needed to kill off the Transformers that weren't being reissued, that weren't going to be continuing production, because they were bringing in a bunch of new ones. And so it became carte blanche. Optimus Prime, we're getting rid of him. Megatron, we're getting rid of him. We're bringing in the new guys. Wheeljack, get rid. Windcharger, get rid. Ratchet, Ironhide, Blur, not Blur, Prowl, Brawn, go. They're done. We don't need them. Surplus. But you see, Bumblebee and Jazz didn't die in the movie because they were still making their models. Sideswipe was never killed in the movie, nor was Sunstreaker, because they were continuing to make their models. I was traumatized. I cried when Optimus Prime died. There wasn't a male guy who didn't fucking cry. Yeah, Michael Bay killed Jazz off in the first fucking movie. Ripped him in half. I was sort of like, if ripping a Transformer in half kills them, they'd all be fucking dead. They're all getting bits blown off them. Anyway. I did not like that. Well, I hate the way that the Bayverse looks. It looks horrible. I hate the look of those Transformers. Yeah, but Jazz is fighting Megatron. He's just like, yeah, man, I'm going to kick your fucking ass. I'm going to shove this fucking fist up your ass. And then Megatron just goes, ah! Jazz is like, well, I guess I'm done. Can't you just weld me together? Sorry, mate, you're dead. Your spark's gone. How? I literally got ripped at the waist. How's my spark gone? Anyway. That's that. Poor Jazz. I know, it is poor Jazz. Shockwave in the soundboards was killed in the film, but when they came to do it, he wasn't. And guess what? Shockwave's toy continued. But yeah, man, there wasn't a dry eye. There wasn't a dry eye in that house when Optimus Prime died. Oh man, still upsets me today. Still gets me right there. Yeah, did Jazz keep his spark in his fucking waistband? I keep my spark in my groin, motherfucker. Jardom with a £5 says, had really bad depression for 20 years. Sunday fun is something I always look forward to. Really appreciate it, mate. Ah, Jardom. God bless you. I'm glad that this dumb British retard can bring a wee bit of joy for a moment. You want a piece of me? You want a piece of me? No, I want two. Jazz is dead. I'm not. I'm fine. I've just been ripped in half. Well made together. Oh, his spark's over. I'm not. I'm speaking. Captain JPS 47 with the $2 says, I hate they had to explain how Han got his name. Dude, that is, I don't know where Mauler, what Mauler feels about this. But Han Solo, getting that. I think that is possibly the dumbest scene of Disney Star Wars. And that's possibly the dumbest scene in Disney Star Wars. Is what's your name? Han. Well, who are your people? I don't have anyone. Okay, you're Solo. In which case, you're Han Solo. Oh, just go fuck your face. I think that is the worst. The worst seen in all of Disney Star Wars. The First Order not knowing how to determine where up is on a planet is probably the stupidest thing in Disney Star Wars, honestly. Horses riding on spaceships. Horses riding on. Oh, I can say quite honestly that I absolutely despise Disney Star Wars. I despise it. I despise it. It is a pox. It is a pox on pop culture and culture in general. Which way's up? The same fucking way we've been coming the whole time? I haven't seen the film. I had to listen to Mauler tell me that on his video. And they suddenly couldn't determine where up was. Oh. Did they just decide to keep going the same way they'd fucking come the whole time? Krum with a £5 says, you want to be on Open Bar next week to discuss your love and enjoyment of Starfleet Academy. It comes out the same day. So it all depends on what time Starfleet Academy comes out on the 15th. But I will be on Open Bar this week. How could we possibly figure out what up is? I mean, we've just been coming up. That's the only direction we've been going. So if we continue in that direction, then we will continue to go up. Also, do you want to look out of a fucking window? Pre-dawn corpses with a $5 says, RTU ate his son's ears. Wait, what? Remember Avengers when Fury is like, is the sun coming up? Then put it on the left when they lose navigation. Maybe Fury should have been an Imperial commander. I don't know. Brian Ross with a $5 says, my friends and I walked out of The Last Jedi. Oh, wow. I remember the feeling of devastation. Ooh, Transformers Devastation. That's a great game. at what we witnessed. It killed us and the passion for Star Wars. Wow. That's actually pretty cray-cray. That's actually pretty cray-cray. Nobody, no, I don't remember anyone walking out of that. I think we had somebody walk out of I can't remember which Marvel film it was. I was watching a Marvel film and somebody walked out the cinema and they never came back. They were, I can't remember if it was Thunderbolts or something like that. I can't remember. I've said that story before on a stream, so that will reference the film that it was. It wasn't was it? I don't think it was the Marvels. I don't think there was enough. It might have been, but I don't think there was enough people in the cinema to even walk out. I think it was I think there was only 3 of us in the cinema for the Marvels. Me, my mate, and some other guy. It might have been Captain Black, Falcon America. I can't remember. I'm just gonna be guessing. Thunderbolts was dreadful. That was a dreadful film. This fucking fake insane cope that YouTube's gonna crash, and it has, because it was all fucking, oh my god, we're lagging, we can't do anything with YouTube, we've no fucking idea how to do streaming, we've got a memory leak, we've had it for nearly 2 fucking years, we can't fix it, fuck it, we don't give a fuck about our streamers anyway. But we're going to somehow change the back end for no fucking reason to make it worse for everybody. Useless twats. Yeah, I'll just be speculating. I don't know if any of you can remember. I doubt any of you could remember which film it was. But yeah, there was somebody that walked out. Thank you. Hold on. Sorry, I had a delivery and they knocked at the door. Now, the people who are delivering, normally they'll knock at the door, and if I don't, well, they'll just knock at the door and then they'll try it and then they put it in. But this guy decided just to stay at the doorway. And I was shouting down the stairs. I was like, the door's open. And he just wasn't coming in. And for some reason, I just kept saying, the door's open, and he wasn't responding. And then I said, you can open the door. And then he opened the door. Do you know what? It's what's been delivered just now is a little bit I don't know. It might be a little bit special. It might not. I don't know. I saw something. I took a bit of a punt on it because I don't know how legit it is. If it's not legit, it's fine. But if it's legit, holy shit. But I don't know. So after the stream, I'm gonna check it out. Harry Brownhole with the 2 Canadians says, FA, keep the OG Star Wars out your fucking mouth. The OG Star Wars and Disney Star Wars, completely different things. Completely different things. Mike Middleton with a 2 Canadian 79 says, and $2 from Mike. Let's go. Big support. Thank you. Yeah. Let's go, everyone. Big support. Big support. Thank you. Big support tonight. Big support tonight. X in Wonderland has been a member for 14 months. Says he's a gruffly bear. He can't spell. Exactly. Refan 80 has been a member for 30 months. Says Jazz's death is like Monty Python and the Holy Grail. Bring out your dead scene. I'm not dead yet. You're not fooling anyone. Optimus Prime bonks him on his head. Oh, poor Jazz. A warrior. He just got ripped in half, mate. Anyway. Lo-Fi Inkblot Beats with a $5 says, for anyone going through a rough time, here's 3 truths. 1, you're here and that's enough. And it's getting a bit gay. 2, we're glad that you're here. Speak for yourself. 3, Az is bald. I mean, that's a fact. Hail and God bless. DB with a £2 says, somehow has returned. Sasquatch with a $10 says, the ironic part of the asinine Solo thing is that Disney ruined their opportunity to do a whole anti-white rich people storyline with the Sal Solos. Disney is just fucking trash. Nobody wanted or asked for a Solo origin story. Nobody. And you know that if Solo had done well and made money, then it would have been Skywalker and Leia, or Princess of Alderaan. You know that they would have gone into the early days of all of these characters. Now, Han Solo in his film is pretty much the same age as Luke Skywalker in Star Wars, but you know that they would have done something like that, and then we ended up getting Kenobi. Oh my god, that Kenobi I was going to say t-shirt TV show. Oh my god. That's a fucking war crime. That's a fucking war crime. Phone Punk 7888 with a $5 says, I'm so tired of people saying The Last Jedi was too new. Rey/Luke was from ESB. Rey Kylo Snoke was from Return of the Jedi. Luke's sacrifice was Obi-Wan in the first Star Wars. There's nothing too new about The Last Jedi. It was shit. It was absolute shit. Rose Tico. Rose fucking Tico. The worst cat, not the actress, the character. The worst fucking character in Star Wars. Makes fucking Jar Jar look like a genius. Turned Finn into a completely useless twat. Rey's journey of continuing to be fucking amazing continued. Kylo Ren's story of being a fucking useless twat continued. Luke Skywalker playing second fiddle to some daft cow. Because you couldn't have Luke rise and shine because Luke, well, he was part of Lucas's vision. And this is Kathleen Kennedy's vision. And in Kathleen Kennedy's vision, there's only places for mid-looking brunettes who wield all the power. They should just rename Star Wars, Star Trek, all of these shows. They should just rename them to dumb as fuck women making continuously bad choices. That's what they should rename it all to. Women make terrible decisions. Oh, Which franchise is that? Could be fucking any. Star Wars, Star Trek, Doctor Who. Pick one. Anyone. I hate short days in winter. I hate it. I fucking hate it. Well, that's that scene that we saw in. I'll show it in a minute. WYFT with a 23-month membership. Thank you. Mr. Pelzig with a $5 says, okay, haven't heard a hot dog yet. You have now. Yeah. Let me find this fucking thing. Let's have a look. Where is it? Is this it? No, that's the dumb trailer. That's a dumb trailer. That's a clip. Oh, let's look at this. I haven't seen this. Right, here's a clip from Starfleet Academy. Let's have a little look-see-poo at this, shall we? Yeah? Let's have a little look-see-poo at this. Let's see what this is about. The Doctor is using a hyperspray, which is probably 1,000 years out of date, on the gay Klingon. Boobies. Let's see what it's all about. I was going to try and say something funny then, and then I heard what she said. And I realized I'm never going to be able to beat that level of retardation. Can we just... When she said I swallowed, I was just about to come in with a fat joke. As a fat person myself, I'm allowed to do that. But then she said what she said. Why is everyone fat? Everyone in the show's fat.
Try.
The second she walked up to him with quirk chungus music tone, look, and dialogue, it's like apathy engulfs the universe. I am POF, so I'm allowed to take the piss out of fat people. But that wasn't what I was going to show you. That was just a clip that jumped up. A very stupid one. Is this what I'm looking? Is this what I'm looking for? This bit? No, this ain't it. Where's the clip that I sneak? Oh, is this? Yeah, this is it. This is it. Okay, right. This is it. Right. This is Star Trek women making consistent terrible decisions who are fat. So this is the bridge. Oh, by the way, if you didn't see Friday Night Tights, Alan Ng came on for a bit of a cameo because he's seen the first 6 episodes. And it's not very complimentary about it. It's not very complimentary about it. She could barely fucking get her hands over the console to press a fucking button. My fucking huge belly's in the way, Captain. And then look what coming out. Oh, I see. There's not enough fat here. I'll just come along and add to the fucking huge colossal fat fucks. Why are they all fat as fuck? I'm fat as fuck because I live in current day and I eat terribly and I should exercise more and all that kind of stuff, right? What's your excuse 1,000 years in the fucking future? Well, there should be absolutely zero. Everything, obesity should be gone. Here's an uncomfortable truth that they won't like either. Homosexuality would be gone. Because it'd be most likely determined at the genetic level and removed. Because who wants a family that's just going to fucking die? Anyway, but things like obesity and all that kind of stuff. You got the doctor, right? Oh, I shoved my tricorder up my fucking ass. Here, hypo spray. You're fixed. You're done. You're fixed. I've got this Ugalian worm lung in my anus. Psh, hypo spray. Fixed. I'm a fat cunt. Nothing we can do for you. Sorry. I ate my com badge. Well, that's because you're a fat. Yeah, this is why the sets are so big. They got to fit the fucking people in. So they can fix everything. They can fix everything in the future apart from fucking obesity. Oh, sorry. I thought we were shopping for fucking burgers. My bad, Captain. Why are you wearing glasses? Why are you wearing glasses? This is set 1,000 years after the original series, which means it's about 1,300 years in the future from you and me. She's wearing fucking glasses. I hate how sterile it all looks. It's sterile. Captain, I'm having terrible trouble. And just to add injury to insult, in case you didn't know, folks, this fat cunt is the fucking physical education trainer. The physical education trainer. And I'm not even joking. I am not even joking. And you probably can't tell because they're a little bit fine. But do you know what these are here? These things here, they're Klingon insignias, right? They're Klingon insignias because she isn't just she isn't all Jen Hadar. She's half Jen Hadar and half Klingon, right? But how can that be? How can you be half Jem'Hadar and half Klingon when the Jem'Hadar were bred, were literally created in the lab? Men, they don't have any replication parts. Yeah, it is. This is a half Klingon, half Jem'Hadar. So how, in a race of genetically created creatures that have no genitalia to procreate, could you have a fucking impregnated a Klingon? And then the first thing she did when she came out of the womb was fucking eat everything. It's stupid. Yeah, I think. Do you know what? I think it's a rule now that suddenly only black people can play Klingons. According to Alan, she's meant to be not very serious or something. I think he said, unless he was taking the piss. But what are you going to baste? What are you going to baste in your Klingon vagina? Hmm? They don't create any fucking sperm. Never mind the fact that sperm has got to intermingle and actually work with the Klingon fucking egg. They don't even create any sperm to baste in your vag. I can't fucking even. This show is going to be an unmitigated disaster, an unmitigated, absolute, utter disaster. Right. There was other stuff I wanted to do today, but we really had such a big chat about Transformers. It just got too good. So let me finish off these supers, and I'm gonna have to wrap up and get ready for Sunday Fun Day, because we've got to make a decision on what we're playing this week. And if it's half the things that people are suggesting, I need to download it all again. Where did we get to? Shawnee Devil with a £2 says, hope you have a good week, mate. Me too. I hope I have a good week as well. And TJ Crink with a $2 says, did you hear the jangling keys? He said the thing. Why was the hologram a hologram as well? Because we'd already created hard light. So he was now a hard light hologram that was anyway. Don't worry about it, chat. Don't worry about it. Right. I'm going to wrap it up there because I've got to find out what we're playing and then get it installed. Oh. Yeah. So we're going to have to make some decisions. Chat, massive thank you to everyone who came to watch today. Moderators, thank you very much indeed for giving up your free time. Everybody who super chatted, membered, remembered, gifted memberships, thank you for supporting the channel. I'll be back in 90 minutes with Sunday Fun Day, and we will be playing something different other than headliners this week. So I'll see you then. You take care. Goodbye, Lobo.